Welcome to my Views and News, another video for you with new stories from Ethiopia and Eritrea. Firstly, Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital, where a Prosperity Party leader official has been shot dead in his office. Is this an incident of personal animosity or an incident of ethnic violence? Because some activists are trying to portray it as an incident of ethnic violence in Addis Ababa. Secondly, viewers, it was March, I think it was 20th of March when I broke the news about Afwerki, that Eritrean President was going to visit China. I got the information back then through some diplomatic sources. Now, reportedly, Afwerki is going to visit China on Sunday. Details for you. What is the agenda of this visit? And lastly, viewers, African Union observers who are monitoring implementation of Pretoria deal signed between TPLF and Ethiopian government tried to enter Irob and Zilambasa. They were met with Eritrean troops there. What happened? We have details for you. Firstly, viewers, Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital, where a Prosperity Party official, government official from Addis Ababa has been shot dead. His name is Mustale. He was working as Chief Executive Officer of Ward 8 in Kirkos subcity of Addis Ababa. He was at his office today. In his office, he was shot dead. Who killed him? Name of the killer is Braol. The deceased is from Amhara ethnic group, member of Amhara Prosperity Party. And the killer is reportedly an Oromo, Braol. That is why, who is Braol? Reportedly, he is a local police officer. We don't know the motive behind this murder, but some activists are trying to portray it as an incident of ethnic violence, that the PP official was shot dead because he is an Amhara and he was shot dead by an Oromo. I have no solid information about this incident being a case of ethnic violence. Only confirmation is that the Amhara Prosperity Party leader, Amhara, Christian, reportedly has been shot dead in Addis Ababa. Now, the investigation should be conducted, and investigators should clarify what is the motive behind this death. PP members are facing challenges these days when it comes to their security. We saw that German Shetila was assassinated in North Shore. Another PP leader, Amhara PP leader, claimed that he survived an assassination attempt in Gojam, and now another assassination, another death in Addis Ababa of a Prosperity Party official. Secondly, viewers, it was the 20th of March when I did a video about Afwerki's likely visit to China. Now it has been confirmed. Some Chinese diplomatic sources have confirmed that on Sunday, Afwerki will arrive in China. Xi Jinping, Chinese president, has invited Eritrean president reportedly on the invitation of China. Afwerki is visiting China. What is the agenda of this visit? When I broke the news in March, I learned back then that preparations were underway at Eritrean embassy in China, but the visit was postponed a little, I think. It was due to happen at the end of March or April. Now, it is going to happen on Sunday. Afwerki is very inspired by Chinese system of government. And though China is criticized for its poor human rights record, But still, we have seen that China has advanced economically. It is turning into a global power. Let's see, can Isaias Afwerki learn anything from China? Isaias Afwerki government is also criticized for very poor human rights record. At the same time, economic conditions not encouraging. So can he learn a thing or two from China about how to take his country to a prosperous country? And secondly, we know that he visited China in his youth, when he was, I think it was in 1960s when he visited China, when he was fighting, starting his fight for EPLF, with EPLF against Ethiopian government. And he is very keen to develop ties with China. Already China, Eritrea, close, as you know that Eritrea has been under sanctions from EU, US. So Eritrea is at Chinese Russian camps. And if you remember, a few weeks ago, a Chinese company bought 50% share in largest potash project in Eritrea, Kulali potash project, where an Australian company, Danakali, has been mining for years. Now, Danakali has sold 50% shares to Siachen Road and Bridge Group, which is a Chinese company. So China is investing in Eritrea. Let's see what Eritrea wants from China. What sort of support does it want from China? What sort of economic support, financial support? We'll try to update you in coming days about this visit of Isaias. This is Isaias Afwerki's third visit abroad, viewers. After the signing of Pretoria deal, he visited Kenya, where he urged reactivation of IGAD. Then he was invited by Saudi Arabia, where some business deals were signed. And now he's going to visit China after around 24 hours. Thirdly, viewers, Eritrean forces are in control of disputed territories on Tigray-Eritrea border, confirmed by African Union observers. African Union observers are monitoring the implementation of Pretoria deal, and the monitors wanted to visit some border areas on Tigray-Eritrea border, but they were not allowed to enter these border areas. It is being reported by Tigray TV that a team of African Union observers tried to enter Erob and Zilambasa. In Erob, they wanted to visit Duan, which is in Erob, and secondly Zilambasa on Tigray-Eritrea border. But reportedly, they were stopped at Sobia and Angle checkpoints, and they were not allowed to enter Zilambasa and Duan. They were stopped by Eritrean soldiers deployed there. Secondly, this team of African Union observers met with UN OCHA officials too, UN aid workers who wanted to deliver aid to Erob, Zilambasa. They were also being denied access to Zilambasa and Duan. So both aid organizations and African Union observers, they were not allowed to enter Erob and Zilambasa. Now, we know that Eritrean position about these areas being under Eritrean control is that the Boundary Commission 2 decades ago, when it gave its verdict about Ethiopia-Eritrea boundary dispute, gave these areas, these places to Eritrea. That is why Eritrean military is in control of these areas. That seems to be unofficial position of the government. Eritrean government denies being in occupation of any Tigray, any Ethiopian territories. So far, the African Union observers have not issued a statement. We only saw a report from Tigray TV. So African Union observers might issue a statement in coming hours. I think what is needed is some resolution about this border issue. If Eritrea has taken control of territories in accordance with that 2-decade-old boundary ruling, Ethiopian government should either accept it or should at least clarify, is the government agreeing to Eritrean control of Zilambasa and Erob? The issue should be resolved once and for all, because if the issue regarding border demarcation remains unresolved, it could lead to future conflicts. That is why let's hope that Ethiopian government is involved and Ethiopian government, Tigray regional government, Eritrean government, somehow they find a way to resolve this border demarcation dispute. If dispute is unresolved, again I'm saying, you'll keep on seeing tensions on Tigray, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Eritrea border. Thank you for watching.